Hello everyone, very good evening. I hope I'm audible loud and clear. Hello everyone, please let me know whether I'm audible loud and clear.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for joining the AWS demo. Okay, so let me start now. So we have more than 15 members today. That's great. So let's get started. Okay, first I'll give my introductions and then I'll explain you what exactly this AWS, why we are here, and what exactly the future of the AWS or the cloud. So let's get started. So again, thank you so much for joining this session, folks. So my name is Ameya Vaidya. Basically, I born and brought up in Nashik in Maharashtra, but currently I'm earning in Pune. So I'm the Punekar now because from last more than 10-15 years, I'm in Pune by Aadhaar card. I'm also a Punekar now. So total, I have more than 15 years of experience in the industries. Okay, so I started my job with Quick Heal. You might aware about the antivirus, right? One of the renowned antivirus in the India and some countries. So I started my journey with Quick Heal. Okay, and again, so currently I'm also working with the college as well. So I'm a basically freelancing trainer for the AWS. So currently, my job responsibility or my job role is to implement the solutions on a different cloud product. When I say cloud product, it means the AWS, that's the Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and the Google, that's the GCP, Google Cloud Platform. And for the China, I'll also help no, help on the Alibaba as well and the Oracle as well. So my daily job role is to deploy a different solutions and also provide the security as well, different securities. Okay, so that's my main job role is. I'm also a certified person, right? So I have more than 5-6 of certifications of AWS. I also hold the Azure certifications and also hold the GCP certifications. Okay, recently, which I not mentioned here. So I also hold some other certification like Red Hat, Cisco, Microsoft certifications. And I'm doing this freelancing training from more than, almost more than 6-7 years. So till now, I already completed more than 100 plus batches and trained more than 5,000 plus peoples for AWS, Azure, and GCP. But my main bread and butter, you can say it's an Azure because maximum I provide solutions and the training on the Azure as well. Then I'm also a AWS community builder. So let me tell you what exactly the community builder is. So every year on January, okay, AWS, okay, open the form. Now on the form, you need to mention that, okay, what exactly you did for the community. Community, it means what? Whether you write any blogs on AWS, whether you present any talks, right? Any sessions in a community days, right? Or how exactly you give the knowledge, you provide your AWS knowledge to everyone. So there is a more than 20-30 thousands of forms they receive from the entire world. It's not for the specific to the India, but the entire world, and they choose 1,000 member. So this year, for that's my first year, I fill the form, and luckily I got the AWS Community Builder tag, and my categories is a security because people, they are also community builders in a different solutions like in security, data analytics, in AI, generative AI, data, FinOps, this kind of thing. So this year I got the AWS Community Builder in a security categories. Then I'm also a speaker, and I'm also managing the AWS user group Pune. So what exactly it is? So the AWS create a user group in entire world. Okay, so in India we have in from Delhi, we also have the user group in the Haryana as well. Then the in Gujarat, in Maharashtra, in South, Kochi, Bangalore, then Chennai. Okay, so we have more than 10-15 the user group in India. So I'm leading the AWS user group Pune. So the motto of this AWS user group Pune is to spread the knowledge on AWS. So every month we have a physical meetup, and we every time we got more than 100 plus okay participants. In fact, tomorrow also we have a special Women's Day, specifically designed for the women's in tech. So we have a session directly on AWS tomorrow at 10 p.m. in Pune only. So I'm leading that. Okay, so Delhi, we also have a meetups and everything, and we also enjoy and we also learn on a different AWS concepts. So I'm also a speaker. Okay, so sorry. Okay, I provide a lot of talk. Okay, so I till now for last year I travel more than 6 to 7 cities. Okay, where I present my talk. For example, in Jaipur, I present my talk on the no code, machine learning no code on AWS. No code, it means what? For an example, let's say you are not the developer and you want to design a code. So using this, okay, the drag and drop, okay, AWS create a code for you. Okay, that's the machine learning. So we use AWS Canvas to present how exactly you can create a code or you can generate a code. So, okay, recently I also use it. I'll just give the prompt and it create me the 6,000 lines of codes as well. So, okay, similarly, I also present my talk in a Kochi, Vadodara on a different security topics as well. And apart from this, I'm also okay the for the education sector specifically. So okay, I'm the I'll also give a lot many talks on the college, and there is a three college mainly specifically. This PCCOE, that is in Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, okay, which is in the Pune. So I'm also the consultant, and in same time in the Loni Carbor, which is in the MIT University, that where also I play as an the consultant, because those are the autonomous college and they required some industry expert who can guide them about the latest syllabus. Okay, the so every month we have a meetings. I also train their the college student as well and the professors as well for the AWS or the cloud, you can say, not specifically on the AWS, but overall entire all the three clouds. And if I have a time, okay, then you will find me somewhere in the nature, because I'm also, or you can say, passionate by the biking as well. Okay, so I have a multiple bikes as well. So whenever I have a time, I'll start my bike, and you will find me somewhere in the nature, because for me it is in the healing time. So if I need some my own time, or you can say that's my meditation as well. So if I need some meditate time for me, I'll start my bike and I'll go somewhere in the nature. So that's my passion as well. And if you want me to connect, you can also connect me over the LinkedIn as well. That's my LinkedIn ID. I'll also post lot many thing on the LinkedIn. So if you want me to connect, you can feel free to connect on the LinkedIn. So that's about myself, folks. So okay, so I did a lot of things, okay, for the student as well, the training as well. And now today, okay, you gathered here, okay, for the AWS. That's the Amazon Web Services. Now, this Amazon Web Service, exactly what exactly it is? It's a product, right? So cloud is a technology, right? And the AWS is a product. For an example, the AWS or GCP or the Alibaba, Oracle, and there are many small player currently available in the world. So you can use the services. So we are here to understand the product, what exactly the product is, which is completely based on the cloud. Now, what exactly the AWS? Why we required that? So now let me ask you a very simple question here. A very simple question. Now, for example, let's say this is your Ola or Uber. Okay, let's say Ola or Uber, whatever your favorite is. And now let's say this is your personal car. Okay, so you have a two different type of cars. One is Ola and Uber, and second one is your personal car. So now everyone, folks, what do you think? Okay, what benefits you will get if you are using the Ola instead of your personal car? What do you think? So for an example, let me start my by me. So first thing is that if you book the Ola and Uber, obviously you don't need to drive the car, because why? You will get the right if you are using. So what do you think? What benefits, more benefits you will get if you are using Ola and Uber instead of your personal car? Come on, folks, let's start, speak. Or if you don't want to speak, you can also type on the chat, everyone.
Uh, we don't think tension about the parking and all.
Exactly. What is in all? It means, can you elaborate?
Instead of somewhere we need to park, we don't take about the tensions. Or
Mhm.
instead of our own car, we have to take tension about the police will claim a fine or something. Take a
Exactly.
fine.
So it means what the main headache, okay, in cities, where we have a big problem of the parking. So if the Ola and Uber we book, then obviously we don't need to park. We can just mention the destination and just finish. You're right. Absolutely correct. What else, folks? Anyone, folks? What do you think, folks? What's benefits you will get? Any idea? Anyone, folks? What do you think? So we have many folks here: Archana, Arun Kumar, Madhu.
In Ola, the maintenance of the car is done taken care by the drivers only. No,
Exactly,
no.
exactly, right? So as you said correctly, that in Ola and Uber, what happened? So obviously the entire, okay, the maintenance. So there are two type of maintenance, right? So one is your yearly maintenance, right? Where you go and book the, your service on your service center, and then, okay, service is done. That's the first maintenance. It means what? There is a scheduled maintenance. Another thing is that you also have another maintenance like running maintenance. Now, when I say running maintenance, it means what? You are going somewhere and you're obviously the Ola and Uber car got puncture. Obviously, okay, Ola and Uber driver never asked me that, okay, pay me the 50 bucks more. Because why? Because you're traveling with me and my car got puncture. No, it's their responsibility. That's the first thing. Then, okay, so in our own personal car, whether it is scheduled maintenance or any running maintenance, then we are the responsible. Am I correct? Any other benefits, folks? Any other benefits? HP, John, Jeet. I can see many names. RJ, Sakshi, Shivam, Sudhanshu, Venkatesh. What do you think? What more benefits we will get? So the first benefits you said that, okay, you don't need to park the car. The second benefits you said that, okay, I don't need to maintain my car. I mean to say maintenance is taken care by the Ola and Uber. So obviously we don't need to purchase the car as well. Because why? Because this Ola and Uber, it means what? It's a completely pay as you go services. When I say pay as you go services, it means what? Once you install the application on your mobile, right? Then obviously, okay, obviously what happened? There we don't need to pay any kind of the charges, right? Because why? Because we are not using any kind of the services. You will also get your application updates and everything. But the moment you book the car, right, based on the car, okay, Micra, Mini, or anything, okay, you just need to pay whatever you use. So it means if you travel only 10, okay, let's say 10 kilometer, you just need to pay only 10-kilometer charges, right? So it means what? It's a completely pay as you go services. There is no contract. But in case of the, our own personal car, obviously you need to pay the entire amount first, then only the showroom hand over the car. Then the another advantage is that obviously it is the free upgradations. Okay, so it means what? Whenever you want, you can upgrade it, and whenever you want, you can degrade it as well. For an example, today I'm traveling alone. I obviously I can book the micro or mini car because why? My need is very less, right? And let's say if I'm traveling more than 5 6 member, obviously the micra is not sufficient. In that case, what happened? We can book the more higher class, like let's say sedan, SUV, MUV, 7-seater car. We can book it. And let's say day after tomorrow, again you don't require any kind of, again you're traveling alone. You can also book the micro or mini. And what exactly you need to do is you just need to pay accordingly. So if you use mini, then you just need to pay the mini charges. If you use higher version, then obviously you just need to pay the higher version costs, whatever you consume it. right? And obviously the security, as you can see that I know I just now someone say that we don't need to park our car. Why? Because of the security. So security is also taken care by the Ola and Uber, not okay in our own personal car. Obviously, okay, it is our own benefits, right? And another benefit is that, okay, I cannot say the benefits, but it's a use case. For an example, let's say I'm the driver of the Ola and Uber and I'm using the, let's say, the Swift Desire from, let's say, last 10 years. Okay, I'll get the my entire business is on the Ola and Uber. And now let's suppose tomorrow I purchase a new car, right? I sold my old car and purchase a new same Swift Desire. Then obviously what happened? The cost will remain same. My business will remain same, right? But my customer will get a new car whenever they travel with me, right? So now why I'm praising this here in middle of the AWS, because you can think that your Ola and Uber is nothing but your cloud. That's nothing but an Amazon Web Services, and your on premises is nothing but your own car. You will get exactly the similar benefits if you are using the AWS instead of your personal instead of your on premises environment. Now the first thing is that obviously this AWS is what, it's a completely pay as you go services. Okay, it means whatever you consume you just need to pay it. Then second thing is that now how exactly the pay as you go services, because the workload, whether you create the let's say suppose your virtual machine, let's say you use the storage, you use a database, whether it is SQL, no SQL, okay, anything, the all the services is available pay as you go model. Second thing is that here the maintenance, obviously, okay, your this AWS is completely based on the on the cloud. So obviously the maintenance is taken care by the AWS, not by you. So whatever the scheduled maintenance and running maintenance is taken care by the AWS. Obviously, there's some sort of the security as well, right? Because you're launching the virtual machine. So they also protect the virtual machine, your storages, your files, your databases. Obviously, that is their headache. All right. For an example, for the ransomware, right? It's one of the, or let's say for the DDoS, okay, distributed denial of service attack. Now, what happened exactly in on-premises? You require a lot of firewalls, right? Then you also required the defense in every phase. But here, preventing the DDoS attack is completely free because that is okay managed by the AWS. So it doesn't mean that every responsibility is an AWS responsibility. So in my course also, okay, I'll explain that, okay, who is responsible for what? Okay, we call that as a shared responsibility model. So, and also here in AWS, okay, as I say that upgradation and degradation is also a easily thing. For an example, let's say you are working with QA. You are the QA person, quality analysis. You want to test one application. And to test that application, you required, let's assume you require 2.4 gigahertz machines, Red Hat operating system, then let's say 16 GB of RAM and 40 GB of hard disk. That is your need because you want to test this application on that specifically machine. Now, in case of on-premises, what happened? In case of on-premises, obviously you need to procure that. Okay, there is some cycles in our office. You need to take an approvals, and after 4 or 5 days or a week, you get that specific machine. Now, in case of AWS, if you are using that, you can okay choose a same hardware, okay, and you can launch your virtual machine, the same Linux machine which has a 2.4 gigahertz, 16 GB of memory, and 40 GB hard disk. That is you required only few seconds. So in few seconds, you can launch those virtual machine. And now what happened exactly? So once you launch that virtual machine, you can share the access, and that QA person can access those virtual machine from anywhere. Why? Because it's on the cloud. Now let's say second example. Now let's say the same QA guy comes to you and say that, hey, actually what happened? I just came to know that there are some customer who is also using a 2 GB of RAM, right? So I want to test the same application on the 2 GB. Can you please remove the 16 GB of RAM and insert the 2 GB? Then again on premises, again, it's a completely cycle. You need to procure something, right? Again, and obviously if you degrade your hardware, it doesn't mean that there is a change in a cost. There is a more cost is involved. But in AWS, hardly you will require only few seconds to upgrade or degrade your hardware from 16 GB to 24 GB, or let's say 16 GB to 2 GB only. And once you start using this, obviously there is a change in a cost. Because why? Because earlier you are using 16 GB of RAM, for example, let's say per hour you need to pay $1. But now once you decrease it, so it might happen that you just need to pay the 0.50 cents. Because why? Because you are using the no the lower hardware here. So there is a change in a cost as well. So because of these kind of the benefits, most of the organization, they already moved to the cloud, and the remaining organization, they are also okay moving to the cloud as well, right? So uh, you can say the Fortune 500 companies, they are currently heavily rely on a AWS, right? So there is a, whatever currently you are using, right? For an example, in banking, HDFC Bank, you are recently Gupshups, Loco, PayU, Persistence, right? Make My Trip, Drua, right? Then Quick Heal, RezoPay, right? Even though you saw the F1 racing, then Siemens, right? Zomato, Zila, May, Infosys, Book My Show, everyone is in on AWS. Their entire workloads on a AWS. For example, you are watching movie, Netflix on AWS. You are purchasing something, obviously it is on AWS. Your view, okay, your, for example, Hotstar. Currently, you are using the Hotstar. So earlier there was a Geo, right? For an example, your Geo music, sorry, movies, and they currently migrated to the Hotstar. It means earlier they are using on their entire setup is on the Azure, and now the entire Geo, right? The Hotstar that you are watching, it means you are currently connected to the AWS. You can see that 40 crore people are streaming the live IPL and without any interruptions. So this product is too strong. Understood, folks? Why? Okay, we required a cloud. Everyone, just some small information. Why we required the cloud? Everyone, yes, no? If yes, just you can just give me a thumbs up, or yes, no, something. Everyone can expect your reply. You can just give me a thumbs up or type yes. Okay, I just got a 2 from Arun and Sarfraz. What about other folks? Anyone, folks? Any question here? Anyone, folks? Okay. So now let's go ahead. Just give me a second. Just give me 1 second, folks. Okay, let's get started. So now here you can see that, okay, everyone here you can see, now there is a different certification. Now for an example here you can see, uh, now let's suppose you want to start your career on AWS, right? So AWS offer different certification. Okay, so there are many certification is there. For an example, you can see there is a foundational, there is a associate, there is a professional, specialty. These are a different certifications which AWS provide. So now let's suppose if the AWS is alien for you. You don't know about the AWS, what exactly it is, right? If the AWS is alien for you, then you can start your journey with the foundational. Now, what exactly foundational it means? Now in foundational, okay, it cover all the basic information about the cloud, and you will also get the basic information about the let's say about the AWS foundational services. Now, when I say foundational services, it means, for an example, your the authentications, your authorizations, or let's say the virtual machine, storages, okay, etc. The databases that you will get the information, right? So this is a completely basic, or let's say if you are from the sales background, where you just need to understand that okay, what exactly the AWS service is, or you want to understand that what exactly the technical things, so that I can pitch this specific AWS to my customer. Where if you want to basic understanding, non technical things, then you can go ahead with the cloud practitioner foundational. Then, okay, let's suppose this is the AI. So as you know that currently everyone want to learn the AI. That's the artificial intelligence, machine learning. But most of the people, they don't have any basic background. So now let's suppose if you want to learn the AWS on in a, I mean to say in context of the AI, then you can also start your journey with AI practitioner foundation. So AWS say that first you can go with the cloud practitioner foundation, and then you can go with the AI foundation. Because why? Once you understand what exactly AWS, then it is very easy for you to move to the AI practitioner as well. Here you can also see, okay, the different, okay, the certification. Like the first one is associate. Now, let's suppose if you study, okay, before you join these, okay, the demo, you might think that, okay, everyone is pitching the AWS solution architect certification. Now there is a reason, because why? Because if you want to start your career in AWS, you must complete the solution architect associate training and certification. Now, why? Because here you understand the AWS, all the foundational services, okay, very in a very deep way. Because no matter whether you are from the QA, development, DevOps, FinOps, okay, security, or in AI as well, you must have a solid understanding about the solution, the AWS as well. Because why? Because in here in solution architect associate, you will understand about the designing, managing, and planning for the solution architect associate. So that's the reason it is mandatory nowadays that you must have at least one certification, that is solution architect associate, which cover everything from the, okay, every corner of AWS. So I'm also going to explain, then once our batch is start, okay, I'll also explain, or I'll also start this AWS solution architect associate as well. Okay, so this is the, okay, the syllabus that we are going to start, that is the solution architect associate. Then if you are from the developer background, okay, obviously here in developer associate, it's not like that. Here you will understand about the coding. No. So how exactly you help developer, okay, from the coding to deployment. So you might aware about the SDLC, that is software development life cycles, and also the CI/CD pipelines. Okay, continuous integration, continuous delivery, where from the coding to deployment and from updating to again deployment, you will understand everything. So in AWS, there are many tools, okay, which help SDLC and which also help the CI/CD. For example, code commit, code build. There are many tools that you can use it. Then if you are from the administrator background, right, where you just need to manage the entire AWS, or you also want to you are also from the sysops, okay, system operation background, where you also need a lot of repeatable deployment, then you can also go with the sysops administrator as well. Then there are also the other certification like in data engineer associate. If you are from the data analytics, data science background, okay, then you can also go with the data engineering associate as well. Or let's say you want to learn about the machine learning, or you want to learn about the AI. Okay, there are many tools available. Okay, the generative AI, or let's say there is also another tools, the Bedrock. If you want to understand, you can also go with the machine learning as well. Then here, the next level, there is also professional level, which is more tough. So that's the reason AWS recommend that you can have at least 2 years of experience to complete this certification. But it's not a mandatory, it is just the information. So now, so the next level of the solution architecture is about the solution architecture professional, which is a very complex as well. Okay, which is more tough here, because why? Because here you need to deal with a very complex environment about the AWS. So for that, okay, you can also, okay, go with the solution architect professional and this DevOps, right? DevOps, it means what? It's a combination, right? It's a combination of SysOps and the developer. That is the developer as well. So it's called the DevOps professional, which is also a toughest. So if you ask me that, Ameya, now tell me, okay, now tell me the top five most difficult certification to achieve. So this AWS Solution Architect Professional is one of them, which is very tough certification to achieve. So that's the reason AWS say that you must have at least 2 years of experience. And if you want some specialty, right, you can also go with the other specialty certifications like the advanced networking. Let's say if you're from right, the networking background, Cisco, then if you are from the background of the firewalls and everything, right? So in that case also you can go with the advanced, okay, the networking specialty as well, right? So you can also go with the advanced networking specialty, or let's say if you want to do something in the machine learning, okay, specialty. Okay, as I said, there are many tools. If you want to go deep dive, you can also go with the machine learning specialty as well. Then if you're from the security background, you already manage the entire security. If you're already managed the different tools, you can also go with the security specialty, which is on the AWS only. It's only for the AWS. Okay, so it's not mandatory, right? Then okay, it's not mandatory that, okay, for an example, let's say, okay, first you need to go with the foundational, then associate, then professional, then specialty. So answer is no. You can jump anywhere as well, right? So there is a no any special previous requirement as well. You can jump anytime. And to understand the solution architect associate, even though you don't require any kind of the coding background as well. Even though I'm also not from the developer background, right? I'm from the infra background as well. So I also don't require any kind of the developer knowledge here. So the benefit of this that you can jump anywhere. Okay, for an example, if you talk about me, so I started my journey with solution architect associate, then I jumped to the security specialty, right? Then I'll also jump to the solution architect professional. I'll also complete a DevOps professional. And recently I'll also completed the AI, okay, practitioner foundation as well. So this is my journey within AWS, and I'm currently also preparing from this machine learning and the data engineer associate, which my target is for the next month. So, and here the cost is about the global certification is for the foundational, it's just $100 plus tax. For the associate, it is a $150 plus tax. Then it is a professional 300 and specialty is also 300. These are the global certification cost. Okay. So and here also the certification is for, I mean to say the validity of that certification is for the 3 years. Okay, so the certification, because it's a technical certification and technical certification has a validity. So the validity is for the 3 year, and um, there is also one more thing here, which is very good, that once you clear the certification, right? Once you clear the certification, AWS also provide you a 50% coupon code. For example, let's say, okay, you said the on the solution architect associate, all right, you clear the exam, and now next you want to go with some specialty certification. So once you clear it, AWS provide you the 50%. It means the specialty or the professional, the cost is $300. So you will get it in a half price. Because why? Because you already cleared the first previous exam. And again, you clear the exam, right? Again, let's say advanced specialty or something. Again, you will get the 50% coupon code. So whenever you complete the exam, you will get the 50% coupon code every time. Make sense, folks, about the certification? Everyone, can you please acknowledge? Thank you, Herman. Any other folks? So do you have any question for me? Anyone? Any folks? Do you have any question for me? Any questions? Do you have any question for me, folks? Okay, I guess no. So now, folks, as I say that I'm delivering the solution architect associate, right? So we will learn that how exactly you can design, you can plan, right? And how exactly you can manage, right? So we'll understand how exactly we can design, manage, and plan. So when I say design, it means what exactly? So in design, it means what? For the example, from the very basic, how exactly we can create the authentication, right? How exactly we can create authorizations. Then how exactly, okay, we work on the storages, okay, because AWS has a different storages. AWS also provide a virtual machines, networking, the databases. Then we also understand about the serverless. We also understand about the okay different type of the container hosting, Kubernetes. So on AWS, so that everything we will understand. So in next demo session, I'll also explain you about the architecture associate syllabus and some more things on a AWS as well. So that we will okay take in a next okay whenever we have a next plan for the demo. So folks, I'm open for the questions. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me. No question, folks, yet? Okay, great. So time for the wrap up, folks. In case if you have any question, please feel free to get back to us, right? So we have a mention a number here. You can call us or you can fill up the form. Again, in case of any doubt, please get back to us. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining this small demo, right, of the AWS. We will meet again in next demo for more information. So thank you for joining the session today. Okay, have a great weekend, folks. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
More information, please fill the form.